Uh, Good evening, Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and guests. I welcome you all being the Saturday at Arms of Karachi Toastmaster Club. And, and this is our meeting number 879. And, and we have completed 20 years of excellence in Toastmasters. So without further delay, I would like to hand over the charge to the captain of the ship, a very dedicated Toastmasters, our president, Toastmaster Urusa Kawal. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ali Asher. Well, the theme for today, don't save things for special occasions. Every day of your life is special. Isn't it funny how people can wait their whole week for a Friday, the whole year for summers, and sometimes whole life for happiness? Now, I don't want to touch any chords here or even sound like social media clickbait, but the, today's theme is self-reflective. Why do we wait for special occasions? The ideal time to take out those good dishes or the perfect time to wear those good clothes. Trust me, we are all guilty of doing this. And there is that one jolt in life that brings a realization that none of this good, special, great, nice matters. And we deny ourselves the joy of special good today, just in the hope of having something good later on. And we do this in some form or the other every day. And we need to stop this. So just take out those clothes from the dungeons in the cupboards and read those books, put on that makeup, or just use that cutlery, take that vacation. There will never be a better time than today. Because every day is special. For our guests today who don't know what Toastmasters is, Toastmasters was an institution established a long time ago, more than 70 years ago, by a man who saw a gap in public speaking among young men. Saw potential in creating an organization for public speaking where people would not just learn public speaking, they would learn how to network and apply those skills. A special moment. With time, that small institution has grown into a big organization, spread over 143 countries, more than 16,000 clubs, and more than 3 lakh members, most of whom are professionals from varied walks of life. Toastmasters also has program for young people who can dive right into the journey. The youth leadership program and Gavel clubs provide young kids from the age of 12 the opportunity to speak to a wide range of audience. Let's take a brief introduction from our guests. There is guest Augustine. Would you like to talk to us and tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Augustine, and I'm a 56 years old veteran new business developer professional, but I consider myself still in a learning stage. I'm associated with health sector. Previously, I was working for Abbott Laboratories, a multinational, and for last 3 years, I have joined Hashmani's hospital as a business development director. So my job includes how to bring alliances, how to bring new consultants into it, which public speaking, networking, association with different doctors' organizations. And I've never done this job before. But once I joined this job, then I came to know my hidden potential that already I possess with my 30 years of working with Abbott Laboratories. That was all lying in my pocket with things like this. But now, by the grace of God, I am flourishing or going like anything by the grace of God. And I all consider it is not because of my skill or it is because of my, so this was my brief introduction.
Welcome to the club, August.
Thank you, madam.
Now there is a guest, if I'm pronouncing it correct, Masha. Would you like to? So would you like to introduce yourself?
Of course. So my name is Masha. I'm zooming in from Berlin, Germany. and I'm currently the president of Center Berlin Toastmasters. Yeah, and I'm curious because we have this unique possibility to look into other clubs. I try to do like world tour, like not like a full on tour, but like whenever I see an invitation, I try to join and like to see and maybe get inspired what to do, what we can try in our meetings. So thank you for having me.
Love Masha. So another guest, Toastmaster Hanu, who is our country today as well. So a little bit of introduction.
Yes, thank you very much for having me. I looked for Karachi Toastmaster. In fact, been around the world, but had not been to Pakistan yet. So I looked for Karachi Toastmaster Club, and I'm so thankful that you sent me a confirmation of invite. And I'm so happy to be here together, taking up that role. Been a long time serving Toastmaster. We belong to District 41, which comprises of India, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Bhutan. A big district, so close to this. Thank you.
Welcome to the club, Toastmaster Hanu. Then we have Toastmaster or guest Javeria from Saudi Arabia.
Assalamu alaikum. Although I'm located in Saudi Arabia, but by profession, I'm a mechanical engineer and from NED University of Engineering and Technology. And in Saudi, I'm living here from last 13 years. By profession, I'm HVAC design engineer. Also, I'm attached to clubs of Toastmasters. One is Pakistani Community Toastmasters, which is the only Pakistan Toastmaster club which is representing Pakistani community in Saudi Arabia. I'm its vice president of public relations. And the second is OSIS Toastmasters Club, which is catering Toastmasters from different nationalities. So I think this COVID, this is a plus point of COVID-19 that we got the opportunity to attend the Toastmasters meetings all over the world and to enjoy the different perspectives of communities, different ideas, and we sharing different cultures through these meetings. So thank you so much for having me in this amazing meeting and club. And I'm so happy that I'm feeling right now that I'm in Karachi. Thank you so much, Arusa. Back to you.
You're welcome. And please do join us when you come over.
Sure, definitely.
All right. So we have another guest Mohammed. Would you like to unmute yourself and talk to us?
Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Can you yeah. So my name is Abdul Rafi. I'm also from Karachi, Pakistan, and in Karachi I am here working as the supply chain in Indus Motor Company. As well as my work here, I also do some executive coaching one-on-one with the people working in different areas of life. So right now, what I want is I want to go from one-on-one coaching to group coaching. And this is my first experience with Toastmasters. So I'm here to know that how I can get value to increase myself, increase my confidence, to move from one-on-one coaching to group coaching and face many people and improve my public speaking skills. Thank you.
Welcome to the club, and I'm sure you'll get some value from the club. Then we have another guest, Sayed Tabashur. I can't see your last name, so will you talk to us and tell us who you are and a little bit of introduction about us?
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum everyone. Can you guys hear me properly?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay. So my name is Tabashur. Currently, I am living in Karachi, and I am a final semester student at Karachi University. I'm doing a bachelor's in business administration, and my area of interest is in operations, marketing, customer relations. And just a few days back, I heard about the Toastmasters from. Actually, I've applied for the internship, and there the recruiter, the co-founder of ROTS, he told me, and his name is Mirza Saad, and he was also the president of Toastmasters. So he recommended me that you should join Toastmasters, and so so there I got to know about Toastmasters, and all these organizations. So I'm really looking forward to be as a member of Toastmasters, and definitely I'm really happy to be.
Welcome to the club, and Toastmaster Mirza Asad is a very prominent member of Toastmasters community.
Yeah.
So you're welcome to the club. And we have another guest, Toastmaster Arshad Naveed. Are you a Toastmaster? You joined the club? I'm not sure about that.
Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, I'm Arshad Naveed, working as a deputy manager in Angro. So first of all, I have never been into a Karachi Toastmaster Club. This is my first time. So yeah, I am as a guest. Yeah, thank you very much. So I am just here to take a feel that how does it look like, and what are the agendas, and how does it proceed. So thank you.
The club. And Masood Zedi. Would you unmute yourself and talk to us?
Yes, good evening, everyone. I'm sorry if you're not able to see my face. I think it should be right here. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I hope you are all doing well. I'm working as a senior consultant at EY in the business consulting division, and I did my undergraduate from Australia, and I heard about Toastmasters from my manager as well as my uncle who recommended me, who in well, to see to summarize, I would say they urged me to join Toastmasters, but my manager has been a member of Karachi Toastmasters, but my uncle has no relation with Karachi Toastmasters. He might have a relationship with New York chapter, but yes, that's why I'm here to increase my knowledge and enhance my learning curve when it comes to public speaking.
Welcome to the club, and hope you find something useful here. So I think we are done with all the guests. And
two more left on.
There are more guests?
Yes, Taha Hassan and Naveed Aslam, I guess.
All right. So guest Taha Hassan, I think he said you won't be able to speak. If you're free right now, could you unmute yourself? I think he's not free. So, guest Naveed, would you talk to us and tell us who are you?
Yeah, my name is Naveed Aslam. I am from Karachi, work for a bank, and an accountant by education. So I've been attending your meetings, but my full membership is going to start tomorrow, where I can get access to the information as well. So I've been enjoying a lot in the meetings, and I try my level best not to miss any of your gatherings. So that's the reason, even if I am in office, I try to log on and enjoy the discussion.
That's great, and you're almost a member, so that is music to my ears. All right, so let's move forward with the meeting, and let me introduce the Toastmaster of the evening. He is the guy who we all run to if we have, some role unfulfilled, and he usually takes that role, the timer, that crucial role, which really runs the meeting, the role that is around the whole meeting. So our Toastmaster of the evening today is none other than Toastmaster Latif. He is a member of this club and another club in Kuwait, and the guy makes those beautiful graphics, and he really brings the whole club together. So Toastmaster Latif, over to you.
Thank you, President. First of all, I request all the members in attendance to join me on offering condolence and prayers on the passing of His Highness, the late Amir of Kuwait, Sheikh Sabah Al-Ahmad Al-Jaber Al-Sabah. Inna lillahi wa inna illahi rajiun. I request for 1 minute silence in honor and farewell to humanitarian leader. Thank you. May Allah grant him highest place in Jannah. Ameen. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I was with my wife 2 weeks back, and she said, Latif, I think this anniversary, we won't be together. And how can we celebrate this special occasion? To my surprise, I just said, why are not we living the moment? Isn't it this COVID teach us many things? How to handle things when in our difficult times, our trying times, though, yes, it's not easy to work two separate tires, a wheel of a car operate separately. But yes, sometimes it is necessary. So let's live this moment. Let's celebrate the moment we are in, because we don't know what is for us in tomorrow. So today's message, today's theme is don't save things for special occasion. Every day of your life is a special occasion. Let's make this moment, this day, the best day of our life. Today's meeting will be considered with 3 sessions. First session will be the prepared speech, the second with table topics, and the third will be the evaluation. To conduct this meeting, we need role players. And let me move ahead and start and invite the first role player, grammarian, TM Rahma. Please, if you can describe your role.
Yes. So as a grammarian, today my role is to look for grammatical errors, and I will be pointing and things that can be improved by the end of the meeting.
Short and sweet, but the reports are very lengthy, I know. Rahma is meticulous about the grammars. Let us invite timer, tick tock, TM Ali Asher. Please describe your role.
Sorry, I was muted. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Latif. I am timer for today's meeting. I am going to time each and every segment of this meeting, and I will going to use virtual background, and for the prepared speech, each at the 5th minute, it would be green. At the 6th minute, it would be yellow, and then at the 7th minute, it would be red. And For the table topic is speech. For the second minute, it will be green. Then at 2:30, it would be yellow, and then at it would be red. So, so in the end, am going to make my report about the time of each and every speaker who will come. Okay, that's all from my side. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
If we hear ah in a music, it sounds rhythmic. But when we hear in a speech, it distracts us. Let us invite someone far from Nepal, but very close to us, President Bahnu Dabadi, as an accountant. Please describe your role, sir.
Thank you. You helped me to explain what accounting is to a certain extent, and to further elaborate on this, the clutch words which otherwise are unnecessary, you can easily get away with, are something that we count in Toastmasters as accounting. So repetition of words, unnecessary occurrences, those will be counted, and I will come back to report that when I'm called that report. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President Bahnu. May I request everyone to mute their mics, please? Now, word master. Let me invite you myself. The word of the day is agog. It means full of keen anticipation or excitement, eager. You can use as, are you agog to learn more words? Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Now, let me invite listener, TM Amir Bilal. Please describe your role, sir.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much, Team Latif. By the way, you're looking gorgeous in a traditional dress. So glad to see so many guests today, and I hope Karachi Toastmaster can add more value to your life. And we look forward to seeing you being part of us, playing roles and delivering your projects. So as listener, it's more like a listening test. And this role particularly ensures that everybody in the meeting listens, all the speakers, all the participants really carefully, because at the end of the meeting, I'll be pronouncing those phrases, and the speaker who spoke these phrases is supposed to stay quiet, and the others are expected to guess who actually spoke that phrase or beautiful statement. So at the end of the meeting, I'll have this little session, and that is really interesting. So I would request everybody to listen all the speakers, and I believe you'll have more sentences or phrases to record this time. So back to the Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you. I think you have given the first task to grammarian, gorgeous. Now, a leader is always there for the new members, for the new ex-coms. He is always there showing his presence, though virtually I've been seeing every now and then. DTM Samir, please enlighten us with joke.
Thank you very much, TM Latif. Well, I think that today I won't tell a joke, but it's going to be a joke nevertheless. Many years ago, when mobiles were new, I was sitting with a friend and we made fun of a mutual acquaintance. And the reason why we made fun was because he carried his mobile to the bathroom, and we laughed and we laughed and we laughed. And guess what? Today, I find that I'm a phone addict. I carry my phone every place, and the only place I don't carry it is to the shower. So I guess the joke is on me, and the truth is, never be too proud and never laugh too hard, because eventually you might be in the same position as I am today. Over to you.
Thank you very much, DTM Samir. DTM Samir, it's always pleasure to hear such kind of the real life jokes, actually. Thank you very much for enlightening us. Let's move on to our first session, the prepared speech, where speakers choose word which
Toastmaster,
means a lot for us.
Toastmaster Latif, let me remind you the sweet memories of our VP Education, DTM Talha, who used to ping in every moment. Okay, today we are going to have table topic section first.
Wow. See the reverse swing. We have Wasim Akram, Imran Khan, everyone here. Let's start with table topic session. DTM Shahrukh. I can say few words or one sentence. I want many ladies as DTM. Every sentence it is there. But I really appreciate his passion, because when he told me, I want to see you DTM, I said, if I become DTM, that will be a graduation for me. It's that close to me. DTM Shahrukh, now the podium is yours. Please remind them the word of the day, Agog, and it's your show now. Good luck.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. I hope I am audible. Am I audible? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So, table topic session. This session is a very important session in Toastmasters activity, because whenever we are asked to speak as a Toastmaster, we have to speak. And this gives us an opportunity to train ourselves and to test ourselves as a Toastmaster and as a public speaker. The word of the day is agog. The theme of the day is don't save things for special occasions. Every day for your life is a special occasion. The theme is very philosophical, so I have tried to make some topics, and if you find it difficult, you can let me know and we can switch to some other topic, but still try your best as a public speaker, as a Toastmaster, to give a speech. The first topic which I can think of by keeping this theme in my mind is celebrating life. For this, I would like to invite Toastmaster Amir Bilal. Amir Bilal, are you with us?
Yes, pretty much in.
So, Amir Bilal, the topic for you is celebrating life.
All right.
Wish you all the best.
Fellow Toastmasters and honored guest, it is one way to celebrate life. Imagine you don't have electricity at home, your phone's battery is about to die, and you are attending a Toastmasters.
I think the battery died.
All right, I'm sorry. I had a bad connection, so I just switched to the other network. So I would like to conclude this. It is always important to enjoy the moment we are living in, because we are never sure about what is going to happen next. I had planned a lot of things on Saturday, and I was a little late to be office, so I hurried a bit. And I'm one of those people who usually happen to have an accident. So I had have several injuries on my body. So you can always plan things and do them well and live the moment of life, because that is the only chance you can have happiness on your face and enjoy the time in life. Back to the table topic, master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amir Bilal. I think you have perfectly demonstrated us how to celebrate life. Next, the topic is being hopeful during dark times. Being hopeful during dark times. For this, I would like to invite Toastmaster Maria. Toastmaster Maria, are you with us?
I'm here. Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay.
Toastmaster.
So, where is my
Toastmaster,
timer?
your topic is being hopeful during dark times.
All right.
Toastmaster Usher.
I can see my green and my yellow, my red. Where can I see them? Okay, Asher. Okay, fine, great.
You can pin my
All
time.
right.
Time
All
is
right, I'm usually go over, so that's why. Okay, so hopeful during dark times, fellow Toastmasters and guests, maybe not the guests, but you fellow Toastmasters in Karachi have gone through dark times about 2 or 3 weeks ago when we all had power cuts. It was the beginning of what's it called? The Muharram. So all the phones were off and it started to rain so badly that Karachi was just totally flooded. Not every area, but near my house, we have the water sump downstairs and we have a generator. So we were hopeful and put the generator on. But in spite of that, the water kept on rising and it was raining and raining and raining until it entered into our drinking water from the outside. You know, water is mixed with sewage and all. And then after that, the generator stopped because the water arrived up to the top of the, not the top, but to the generator. In fact, we were unable to have power, no generator, no communications, no internet, and we were blissfully with, I think, 40 degrees, no fans for 3 days. So a lot of people lost hope and they went to sleep in a hotel. But we were hopeful. We were still hopeful and kept on. And thank God, after 3 days, we got the power back. The water subsided and it was wonderful. We never missed to communicate with others through the internet, to the phone, so much as in those days. And it makes you really appreciate that. So that was our hopeful time. We stayed on and we didn't leave the ship. So fellow Toastmasters, when things are rough, there is always a light at the end of the tunnel if you hang on and don't lose hope. Over to you, Toastmaster Shahrukh.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Maria. Always a pleasure to listen to you. Our next topic is, do we need a plan B in our life? Do we need a plan B in our life? Toastmaster Jazeb, are you with us at the moment? Toastmaster Jazeb?
Yes, DTM Shahrukh.
Yes. So the topic for you is, do we need a plan B in our life?
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the wonderful topic. As far as plan B, I feel that we should not opt for plan B in our lives, because if we consider about plan B, we won't be able to focus on our core priorities. So plan A is the only thing. You know, we have seen numerous retail companies, numerous agencies, numerous, human beings who just focus on plan A. That is what we have learned. Plan B always distracts. We should focus on our priorities. We should determine like what the priorities are, and we should not consider deviating from those priorities. So that is the main thing. We should not consider any plan B, because there is no plan B. If we do not consider the priorities, we will lose, we will be distracted, and we won't be able to. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jazeb. The next topic is, life is special and we get only one life. Life is special and we get only one life. Okay, Toastmaster Javeria, are you with us?
Yes.
So, Toastmaster Javeria, would you like to speak on this topic? Life is special and we get only one life.
Okay.
Good luck.
Fellow Toastmasters and respected guests, good evening. Life is obviously a precious gift of God given to us, and we always focus to lead it with happiness, contentment, and celebrating. Every moment we pass with our family, with our friends, is a blessing of God given to us. I will want to share one memory of my life when I used to visit Pakistan in every summer vacations. And 4 years back, in 2000, like 14 and 15, when I came to celebrate Eid and vacations with my family, I found my father severely ill because my family didn't inform me. And after 15 days of severe illness, he left us. And after that, I realized that every moment we spend our family is so precious. And after that day, I was not able to see him again. And I regret that I missed some opportunities where I can visit him, but due to some of my personal commitments, I couldn't attend, I couldn't meet him before that period. So I was so upset, I was so um, disappointed. And that time I realized that please spend your time with your family, with your friends. And definitely this COVID situation also made us realize that social relationships or the family relationships, how they are important to us. So enjoy your life with your relationships, with your family. This is the only message I'm going to use, give everybody these days. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Javier. The next topic we have celebrating the world ends tomorrow. Celebrating the last day before the world ends tomorrow. Toastmaster Augustine Gill, are you with us? Augustine Gill? Augustine Gill, are you with us? I don't think so. Toastmaster Masood Zaidi. Toastmaster Masood Zaidi, are you with us? Toastmaster Masood Zaidi, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
So the topic for you is celebrating the last day before the world ends tomorrow.
Okay,
Good luck.
interesting topic, and I'm going to do. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sharo, for giving me the floor. So, if the world ends tomorrow, and well, I'm going to refer to my one of the recent movies I watched, and it was A Dead Poets Society. And in that movie, Robin Williams, late actor, he gave the phrase, which is "Carpe diem," and what it basically means is seize the day. And if the world is to end tomorrow, we need to seize the day today so that we are not going to live with the regret that the last day of this world wasn't spent right. And at the end of the day, I believe we all, the worst feeling anyone wants to feel is being in regret or guilt that they could have done better or should have done better. And in that instance, I guess, seize the day, do whatever you want to do. And if it's the last day of your life, ensure that you have enough time to undertake all the activities, but because 24 hours aren't enough. So yes, I guess that's my speech, even though it's an impromptu one. Thank you, Toastmaster Shara.
Thank you, Toastmaster Masood Zaidi. The next topic is rise like a phoenix. Rise like a phoenix after falling and failing. To rise like a phoenix after falling and failing. Toastmaster Sheikh Naveed, are you with us? Toastmaster Sheikh Naveed. Are you
Yes,
there?
I'm here. Can you listen me?
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Sheikh Naveed. The topic for you is to rise like a phoenix after falling and failing. To rise like a phoenix after falling and failing. Good luck.
Whenever you start your life with some dark phases and do try to do your best and do whatever you can do, you can come out of the things which have some darkness in your life and that has some pitfalls in your life. So the only thing we as a human being can do to the best of our future, to the best of our next day, would be to accept what is going right now in our life and try to improve that one tiny bit a time, one tiny puzzle piece a time, one tiny step a time, and one apple a day. Because as a human being, what we can do in some dark moments of life is to accept whatever is happening in our life and to take and have the 100% responsibility of everything whatever is going in our life and try to improve that. This is the only thing I believe we can do in our life. Try to improve one tiny step a day. Try to improve one tiny thing in a moment. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmasters, Mr. Shahrukh Nawaz.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Naveed. A wonderful message. Uh, so, timer, can I ask one more speaker if we still have time? Timer, do we have time?
Yes. We can have one more.
Okay. So the next topic is really close to my heart. It is basically advice which has been given to my father almost every day to me. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. For this, I would like to invite Toastmaster Bhanu from Kathmandu. Toastmaster Bhanu, are you with us?
Yes. Yes.
Toastmaster Bhanu, your topic is slow and steady wins the race. Wish you all the best.
Thank you. A wonderful fairy tale that from school days we have been told slow and steady wins the race, and the rabbit and the turtle are winning. I think either is right. You don't have to fix yourself to be a rabbit or a turtle. Everyone is unique. You do not try to match with anybody's pace, you have your own pace. Slow and steady. When the moment you bring the word slow, you are comparing with something else. So there is no something called slow or fast. That's your life. You take with your own pace. Do not try comparing with yourself with anything. And probably that's the moral of story that we were told in the fairy tale. Slow and steady wins the race. Go with your momentum. Go with your flow. Do not hurry. Do not go for it with your passion that drives you. So it's all the pace is within. Do not have the external point of reference that drags you. And that's the essence that I've been living by ever since. And that's how I lived in Toastmaster also. Toastmaster teaches you self-paced learning. So do not compete with anybody. Understand your pace and go with your pace. So that's, for me, I do not go by slow or fast. I would rather rephrase that, go with your pace. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhanu. Very wonderfully summarized. So with this, I would like to conclude our table topic session. The theme of the day was very interesting. Don't save things for special occasions. Every day of your life is a special occasion. And what I've observed, seen, and experienced in Karachi Toastmasters, that every meeting is special. And we try to make our every meeting a wonderful meeting, a memorable meeting. With this, I would like to hand over the lectern back to Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Latif.
Thank you, DTM Shahrukh. Let me ask the timer if all the speakers are qualified.
Yes, fortunately today all speakers are qualified. There is no disqualification today.
Great. Let me let me ask all the guests and Toastmasters present here to, or shall I introduce all the speakers once again?
Okay, before
Toastmaster
that,
Babar, if you can, Toastmaster Babar, if you can advise, you can describe your role and the speakers order also, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latif. And I'll be sharing my role, and then we can move with the meeting. As the vote counter, my role is to, at the end of every segment, we will be floating the vote ballot. And as per your vote, you can vote for your favorite speaker or evaluator. And at the end of the meeting, I'll be counting the votes and announcing the winners at the end of the meeting. So make sure you vote for your favorite speaker or evaluator. Thank you.
what we can do, we can request Toastmaster Shahrukh to name the table topic speakers, and what everyone can do, everyone can send private message to the vote counter through chat box.
Yeah, perfect. Send me a personal message and I will be compiling the result.
So the speaking order, I hope I am audible. Our first speaker was Toastmaster Amir Bilal. Our second speaker was Toastmaster Maria. Our third speaker was Toastmaster Jazir. Our fourth speaker was Toastmaster Javeri. Our fifth speaker was Toastmaster Masood Zaidi. Our sixth speaker was Toastmaster Naveed Sheikh, and our last speaker was Toastmaster Banu. I can repeat the name if you want.
So you all are requested to send personal message to the vote counter, Toastmaster Babar Ali Hassan, through chat box.
So shall I proceed with the prepared speech session?
Yes,
Good evening
please.
once again. What a thrilling table topic session. I would really appreciate each and everyone who has spoken for the first time or they are a Toastmaster. Really, they have spoken through their heart and it's just came and the message was really delivered. There are three things in human life which are very important. The first thing is to be kind. The second thing is to be kind. And the third thing is to be kind. Let's start our prepared speech session. The speakers, they prepared their speech so meticulously. When they select or choose a word, they make sure it delivers a meaning. And when they join them in a sentence, they make sure it makes an impact on the audience. Let me invite our first speaker, TM Saad Amin, and his speech will be evaluated by TM Imran Rana. Please, TM Imran Rana, if you can describe your roles.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, Toastmaster Saad Amin is our very enthusiastic and energetic member. Because of some busy schedule, he wouldn't able to continue, so he came back and starting his new pathway. So today he's going to deliver his icebreaker speech, and let's hear from Toastmaster Saad Amin. Toastmaster Saad Amin, the virtual stage is yours. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Team Imran. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, life is not a bed of roses. We all face ups and downs in our lives, and my life is actually not different. For me, my life has been a roller coaster ride, several ups and downs. And for this icebreaker, I wanted to take you through my life journey. Now, I was born in Karachi, but I was very fortunate enough that I was not restricted to Karachi. I was fortunate enough to live in different cities within Pakistan, as my father was in the armed forces. My education has been from army public schools. I've been brought up in a totally army setup, starting in army public school, watching my father wear the uniform every day, going to work, sacrificing lives for the country. And since my childhood, there was one aim: I wanted to join the armed forces. Now, one day after giving my intermediate exams, I was just sitting and I decided to just go to the Army Recruitment Center to give my medical, which is obviously the first step towards joining the Army. Now, I remember I picked up all my documents, and the recruitment center was very close to my home. And as I was about to leave, when my father asked me, "Where are you going?" So I told him I was going to the Army Recruitment Center. And he got angry. He said, "Absolutely not." And I said, "Why?" He said, "You can do anything except join the army." So I was not actually left with many options. And the only thing I could do was to pick up the phone and call some of my friends, college friends and school friends, and ask them, what should I do? I've always wanted to join the army. Now I can't. So what should I do? And I remember one of my friend, he said, I wanted to become a chartered accountant. So I said, okay, I think it earns more money. So let me also pursue the career of a chartered accountant. I went to the Bani School of Accountancy. I remember it was a Bangalore, no AC, no air conditioning. So it was a surprise for me that the chartered accountant study in such a setup. But then again, I started my journey as a chartered accountant. Now the first few months were very simple, and I failed to understand why do people actually fail the CA exams. But as time progressed, I realized that it was actually very difficult. There was a lot of pressure, but fortunately, I was able to complete the first 4 modules, which is 2 years, and I then proceeded to join PricewaterhouseCoopers for my articleship. Now, my first year in PwC was actually the worst in my life. I used to come very late at night, sometimes in the morning, lot of pressure, had to do everything at the clients. And I would say the worst time was those 12 months. Now, having completed those 12 months, when we went ahead, I sort of got used to it. And 4 years down the line, I qualified as a chartered accountant. Now, it is supposed to be a very happy occasion, but my chartered accountancy qualification came at a very bad time. Why? Because of the global financial crisis had hit the economy. I remember I was in PwC Dubai on secondment, and people were actually being downsized every week. So it was a very painful process. Should have been happy because I had qualified, but then again, the times were very tough. So after coming back to Karachi, I spent a few months without a job, but then fortunately I got a job in one of the oil marketing companies. Then another stage that changed me was in 2012 when I went for Hajj. Um, it was one of the most humbling process for me. It was then I realized that we've been sent in this world not just to earn money, but we have a higher purpose, and that definitely changed the way I looked at the world. In 2013, uh, another new chapter started in my life. I got married, a very good chapter. Uh, but then again, another beautiful chapter started in 2015 and 16 when I became a father to a boy and a girl. Um, all in all, I think how I look at life is that life has different stages, and those different stages come with different challenges and opportunities. Now, those challenges, they change our perspective, the way we look at things, the way we interpret things. And I would say I have been truly blessed. Allah Ta'ala has helped me a lot during those tough times. And I think it is those tough times that when you go through those tough times and the good times come, I think you cherish those. And I'm very blessed and thankful to Almighty Allah for having blessed me with good people around me and with a very happy and prosperous life so far. With that, I'll hand over to Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you.
Welcome back, TM Saad. I mean, this was a, a storm like you have bounced back. Amazing. Kindness is a language the dumb can speak and the deaf can hear and understand. Okay. Let me invite TM Rahma. Her speech will be evaluated by TM Shamam Khan. Shamam Khan, please, the podium is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. Toastmaster Rahma is going to present her project about reaching consensus. The speech length is 20 minutes and 2 to 3 minutes is the closing statement. Speech title is Reaching Consensus. And the purpose of this project is for her to work with a group to practice reaching consensus on a topic. So I wish you all the best, Toastmaster Rahma. Over to you. Toastmaster Rahma. Sorry.
It's okay. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, what is one thing that you are longing for? Toastmaster Imran has an answer. It was a rhetorical question, but Toastmaster Imran has an answer. What is your... Sorry?
Come again?
My question was, my rhetorical question was, but since you're answering it, why not? What is your one thing that you desire?
Physical meetings.
Physical meetings. So that was the answer to my rhetorical question. Surprise, surprise. So I think all of us are so sick and tired of sitting at home, looking at fellow Toastmasters from across the screen and not being able to actually contact people the same way, look at them the same way. I mean, how much eye contact can you really make with everyone at the same time? And it's really difficult because sometimes, you know, connectivity issues happen. Like in real life, if you're sitting and somebody just mutes themselves, that doesn't happen, right? Somebody doesn't lose their Wi-Fi connection, and it's much more harder for you to actually feel disconnected to the people in the meeting. So I personally have been longing to go to on-site meetings, and I'm sure a lot of people here, new members, are really excited to see how that would happen, and old members are really, you know, looking forward to that. So for this topic, I have gotten together our wisest men, our ExCom members, who are going to give their opinion about what they think, you know, is the scenario, how can this happen, and what shape it will actually take. So let me introduce the glorious panel that I have brought together today. We have Toastmaster Imran, who is the lifeline of KTC. He has brought us various awards as an immediate past president, but it seems that he is still determined to keep going on and ready to take on any challenge. He seems like the lifelong learner that KTC needs. Next, we have Toastmaster Arusa. Toastmaster Arusa is our area director, but we're fortunate that she's also our president of KTC. She presides over professionalism, leadership, and consistency. Then we have Toastmaster Shamam, Masters in Sociology and Bachelor's in Beauty and Brains. She is our treasurer and the treasurer of KTC. And then we have, apart from our ExCom, a representative of non-ExCom members so that we have a more holistic panel today. He is Toastmaster Amir Bilal, an eloquent speaker and someone who is speeding through projects at the speed of lightning. So, Toastmaster, let us start with our president, Toastmaster Arusa. My question to you would be that when can we see on-site meetings happening in the future?
Thank you so much for inviting me, Toastmaster Reno. Well, on-site meeting, I know everyone would really want to do this, on-site meetings, but due to COVID and due to the precautions that we want to take, on-site meetings would still be a few weeks away. That is what we have decided, but yet we haven't discussed it amongst our ExCom. So it is not something written in stone. So as far as I am concerned, still a few weeks away. Over to you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Rusa. So of course, the president's verdict is the real verdict. It doesn't matter what we decide as long as you know when we're going to have the meeting. So just to get an opinion by Toastmaster Amir, what do you, as a representative of the non-ExCom members, what do you feel like is the next possible date that we can actually meet in person?
Hello, everybody. I hope I'm visible and audible. Am I?
Yes.
Right. So I reckon it's going to take around 1 to 1.5 or 2 months. But if it is about opinion or representation of fellow members, I like to say it rather honestly, for somebody like me and for the other people, these online meetings are kind of blessing as well, because the way we've been able to participate, if I look at my own record, I've been part of Toastmaster for about 15 to 16 months, but I wasn't as frequent in attending the meetings as I am today. As you yourself mentioned, the way I am approaching my pathway and the way I have been constantly delivering my projects. So I feel this is a kind of opportunity as well. People are enjoying by being at home and by participating with all the comfort they need. And this is a kind of adoption we would require someday, if not now, because the world seems to be changing. The technology seems to be advancing. So it is an opportunity, and I do not deny the fact that, can you hear the music at my back?
Yeah.
So something is disturbing me. So I'm not denying the fact that physical meetings have its own charm, its own learning, its own appearance, and impact. But at the same time, online meetings are helping us prepare ourselves for greater tomorrow as well. Back to you.
Absolutely, Toastmaster Amir, I would actually agree with that, because we wouldn't have these cat meowing. It's so refreshing to see different people's backgrounds, which we can't really see them as humans, and now we can see everything about them.
Hello.
So I think just moving on from that, or actually building on that, the fact that virtual meetings are something that is actually, we discovered that they are actually not that bad. They're something that actually benefits a certain group of people, and we know that we have international members who have joined after COVID, who are I've heard time and again DTM Talha and other people reassure them that we will have some sort of online setup which will accommodate those members as well. So Toastmaster Imran, I would like to ask you if that is a possibility and what that will look like.
About connecting people through Zoom?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rahma, for asking such a relevant question. Karachi Toastmasters Club has our members knows that Karachi Toastmasters Club has recently bought its own Zoom account. So now it is possible to log in through. We can have Toastmaster International also allow us to have not Toastmaster International, but we can have hybrid meeting. What's hybrid meeting? Hybrid meeting is that those members who cannot join us physically, they can connect us with Zoom. For that purpose, our club has its own Zoom account. So members like Toastmaster Latif and members like DTM Bhanu, and we have right now we have member from Berlin. They can participate in our physical meeting. It's more like a hybrid meeting. So we have physical meeting plus hybrid means hybrid meeting. So we can have that option. So it is pretty much possible for Karachi Toastmasters Club to conduct hybrid meeting. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Imran, because that is actually the term I was going to mention next, that it is a possibility that we have hybrid meetings. And maybe I have a suggestion and I would like Toastmaster Shamam to give her input on that. Is it a possibility to have meetings where we are alternating between an online setup and an on-site setup and having some meetings on-site and some meetings online? How would that work out in your opinion?
Well, Toastmaster Rama, I would say that, that would, speaking of me, that would create a confusion for me. For every time I will be then waiting, what next? If that is going to be a Zoom thing or if that is going to be a personal thing. So that kind of a peace of mind that I know now that, okay, Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. is our meeting time on Zoom. Or when we were meeting in Beach Luxury, I knew I had this schedule that on Wednesday, I would directly be going to the Beach Luxury from my office. So now having this kind of arrangement, I can agree with Toastmaster Imran that, it gives us more opportunities to be more interactive, especially with people who are not in Karachi. Like we can be global, digitally global. And it's something like we never want to miss on. Still, zigzagging would not be a very comfortable thing. Speaking of which, I also know that when we started meeting online, initially it was also not comfortable. So when things get into routine, we are all adaptable, we adapt to, because ultimately it is about Toastmasters and the meetings and the things that we want to learn. So we can spare time and we can mold ourselves according to the requirement, but still I feel that there should be one pattern of it. Now, zigzagging can be avoided. Like I remember we also used to accommodate international members, even the presidents of Toastmaster International, through video conferencing at our special events, and people could share their video messages. So we can still do that if you want to accommodate international participation or from other cities, we can still manage that. So why keeping it, zigzagging? Keep one and then try to keep, accommodate and think and use the resources that we have. So over to you.
Absolutely, Toastmaster Shimam. That's a great point. I didn't think about that, because if we are zigzagging, then we're also putting other people through a roller coaster, because we took so much time to adapt to this setup, and going back to another will take that much time. So I understand where you're coming from. So my next question would be, let's say we don't zigzag and we stay with the on-site meetings and we focus on that, and we're looking for a month in the future where that's going to happen. What are some of the potential problems that can come up? And I'm sure Toastmaster Rusa has thought about this or will be thinking about this. So I am going to pose this question to you, Toastmaster Rusa.
Potential problems regarding going back?
Yes.
Going back from online to offline, I don't think so there should be any problems, because we are already used to that, like being offline, and we just have to incorporate being online on that. We have had a few clubs do hybrid meetings, and they have shared their experiences with us, like Central Baker Club, and I think so lately CA Toastmasters Club or some other club has shared their experience with us, and they have done it very seamlessly. So I don't think will be any major problems, except for maybe some technical issues that might arise during the meeting. There won't be any major issues regarding going back. What I do see as a problem would be the flow of the meeting, because we have a different flow on Zoom, and in a offline meeting we have a much more composite flow. So that might be a little bit of a problem, maybe one or two meetings, and we'll be fine with it. I don't see that as a major issue. Over to you, Toastmaster.
If I can add, if I would like to add to this, your question was that issues that may arise with on-site meeting, right? I feel there would be a big issue, because then you would have to leave your comfort zone, dress up, drive, and get to the meeting. So I think that would be one issue, that I'm most comfortable doing whatever in the kitchen, running towards when my name is called here, and then having my headphone and enjoying all these speeches and all that. So that may be one issue with on-site training. I feel so.
That is so true, Toastmaster Shimam. I cannot imagine how we're even actually going to talk to other people, because for a long time we were, I was going outside and I was telling myself, I think I've forgotten how to socialize. So I understand that. But I think, as Toastmaster Rusa is saying, a few days and we should be settling back into the routine. So we will get there. My question for Toastmaster Amir would be then that, do you see any technical, as Toastmaster Rusa said, that there are some technical issues that could come up. So do you think that the wearing of the mask, how we're going to distance ourselves, are those some of the issues or any other that come to your mind that may pose problems for us?
Thank you for a wonderful question. And I was reading a medical report, and there it was written that we have to consider COVID as part of our life now. So for that, take measures is really important now, because if we consider this as a temporary thing, so we have considered this for about 5-6 months now. So something that stays for 5-6 months, that isn't temporary. That is something that is going to be with you. So we have to take precautionary measures, even for month, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is for you, and more of that is for other people who are with you in those physical meetings. So another technical issue that I see is people would be connecting with us, as we have one real example, GM Latif Mansoor, who's really an active part of our meetings. in all the meetings he has important roles. So I see there can be a kind of delay in a physical meeting or in a meeting where we connect people online through a projector where all the participants and all the audience can see that speaker too. So there would be a kind of disturbance. And one more thing is, I would again like to endorse for people like me who have their jobs, like from 10 to 7, they stay at their workplace. And for somebody like me, it takes around like 45 to 60 minutes to be at beach luxury. So by being in virtual meetings, I can save around 2 hours and 60 kilometers of traveling. And plus point is that I can, be safe from those accidents too that I'm almost regularly having. So this is a kind of point that we all have to consider. And I wish the physical meetings are on because everybody is excited to join them as well. Back to you.
Okay. Toastmaster Amir, can I ask a follow-up question?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so what I'm getting at is that you want to have a virtual meeting side by side, or is that an option you want to leave open? Because what I'm gathering from the other panelists is that we should go full on for the on-site meetings, and then we would be switching to an on-site model where we would have a few members coming virtually. But is that something that you are endorsing, or what is the model that is in your mind?
Exactly, pretty much all right. You got it well. And what I heard earlier from DTM Talha as well, that this virtual possibility for all those members who cannot join physical meetings would be available. And I feel this is a point that has to be considered. And it is important to keep this on. And if we do not, so imagine the people who have been part of us in this pandemic, like TM Latif, or we have other members. I guess we have 2, 3 members who are from the other countries. So how would they exactly join? They cannot actually record their projects or speeches, or they cannot play the roles. So this has to be side by side. With the physical meeting, people can actually play their role, deliver their speeches, and people can also participate virtually as well through Zoom or any other alternate we have. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amir. It was nice to clear your stance on the position. So I think just before I wrap up, quickly, I want Toastmaster Arusa's input on what the current stance is of Toastmaster International about the COVID situation.
Toastmasters International has left it up to the clubs to
Great.
decide what they want to do, whether they want to have in-person meetings or they want to continue with the online setup. As far as the contests are concerned and conferences are concerned, they will be online. And if they are doing it offline, they are supposed to have an online plugins sort of thing, or they have to have an online setup for everyone who cannot join it. So that is the smallest way I can put it, because there was a long letter that they sent.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that is the thing. Other than that, it's up to the clubs what they want to do.
Okay, that's great. So it seems that we do have the option of deciding for ourselves as a club. So with those bits and pieces and what I've got, I think I would like to summarize the discussion and tell you what I gathered from it. And if anyone has any objection, please do raise that. So what I'm getting at is that we want a meeting which is not zigzagging, which is focused on switching towards an on-site setup. However, as Toastmaster Amir felt that we should not alienate the new people that have joined us during the pandemic, we need to up our game in terms of how we're involving virtual members in our on-site meetings, making sure no disturbances happen, things go smoothly, and we're bringing both of the parts of our club together so that everyone goes in one direction. And so the difficulties are very much technical. The other problems have been solved through the other examples that we have by Toastmaster clubs in Pakistan who have already followed a hybrid model. So we look optimistic about the future, should be meeting in a month or 1 to 2 months, it seems. And we are flexible to decide as a club. So it seems that that is the direction that things will take. But it was just a representation of what goes on in the XCOM and how much depth there is to each and every discussion that's taking place. Thank you to all of the panelists who took out the time. With that, over to you, Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Latif.
Thank you, TM Rahma. Few weeks back, TM Henna shared a picture on the group that she missed the public, the meeting setup, physical meeting. I saw that picture very meticulously, and I found out that there are some black curtains on the left side and the right side. If there is a screen available for us to be available and join that meeting, it will be a pleasure. We want both sides to meet, both ends to meet together. Now, let us start with our next speaker. Let me invite TM Ali Ashar Anjum, and he will be evaluated by TM Imran Raza. TM Imran Raza, please describe his objectives.
Okay. Thank you, TM Latif. Hold on. So Mr. Ali Ashar will be presenting his project from Dynamic Leadership Level 3, Project 1. The project title is Negotiate the Best Outcome. His speech title is Me, My Friend, and Batna. Let me tell you one thing, that Mr. TM Ali Ashar is a very promising speaker of KTC, and let's hope that we do the best of him. Thank you very much. Over to you, TM Ali Ashar.
Okay, I'm going to time myself, so I just start time. Okay, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, Toastmasters. Today, I am going to share and discuss a tale of me, my friend, and Batna. Let me clear that Batna is not my girlfriend or any person. Batna is a strategy. Why we want universities? Because my friend and my story starts with a university. So first of all, in my opinion, university is a place where future professionals of the state fosters for the better human capital. But our conventional do not fosters the practical approach. So what we have to do? We have to do extracurricular activities for that. So we can have a practical approach towards what we are doing. And according to me, a knowledge is vain. A knowledge is vain when it is not applicable or we not transform into a practical approach. In my university, I used to be a shy guy, but my university gave me an opportunity. And me and my friend did build a development study society. And being the president of that society, I face many conflicts, and 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 as I solve the conflicts, I learn more and more. So in my second semester, my communication skills teacher taught me the skills of negotiations. And in 2017, after exactly 1.5 years, I got an opportunity to use that knowledge and set a practical example of it. So in 2017, what we have the Spring Festival in our little campus of only 2 departments. So there are altogether around 400 students, 420 exactly at that moment. And a department which was already established have around 300 students, and we are only 120 students, only 30%. And usually we all feel like a minority, but that department was 20 years old and our department was just born. I was a student of the very first batch. So in that Spring Festival, well, we have altogether 20 stalls. We have altogether 20 stalls. And it's time to distribute these stalls. And this time for the negotiation. And me and my friend are agog to learn more and more with our society and to set a practical example. We find it as an opportunity to transform what we have learned. So before get into the negotiation with the other department, what we did a proper plan. And we sketched some of the possibilities that how can be negotiation done. First is a laissez-faire. Just have a free market of the Adam Smith and just charge a certain amount for each stall and then share the revenue. But we are in a university, we are not in a financial market. So our teacher are going to kill us if we are going to do that. What would be the next approach? The next approach would be the 50-50 share. 20 out of 10, 20 stall all would be governed by us, and rest of the 20 would be governed by them. But that would going to be accommodating for them for the other department, and they are not going to do that. And it is not a rational one, because only 10 for the 300 students and 10 for the 120 students, it's not a rational thinking. The third one is the compromising. And in the compromising, we have to compromise and have only 5 stall and 15 stall are going to the other department. And this is the most feasible negotiation, because according 5 is the 30% of around 20. So that's why this is the most feasible negotiation. But here is another technique that we are going to negotiate in a such way that we are having 7 stall and 13 stall to them. And what we are going to use is the BATNA, better alternative to the negotiated agreement. And for that, we have to fail the agreement. That was the first one. So what we are going to do is, okay, this one. We have to use the time, place, and the cause. First is the time. The first meeting was held 2 weeks earlier and at the other department's studio. So that was not a comfortable scenario for all of us. So instead of going myself, I sent my friend who is a furious, a bit of short-tempered relative to me, and he failed the negotiation and he acted as a bad cop. Then after a week, we call another meeting in a staff studio, a teaching staff studio, and as time, place, and a good cop is in our favor, we have to negotiate with us in each and every cause. So otherwise, they are going to lose the whole setup. And in the end, we succeed at our button-up, which was well planned. All apparently, it sounds like a compromise, but in the end, we won, and we succeed with our negotiation. So that's all from my side. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
TM Ali, it was a wonderful speech. I hope you have timed your speech. Now let me invite TM Heba Rais. I can see a leader, a speaker in her. And her speech will be evaluated by none other than DTM Samir. DTM Samir, please explain her objectives.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Latif. Today, TM Heba will be giving her speech from Presentation Mastery. The speech purposes are, it's for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the same feedback to the second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that she or he has applied the feedback received from her first speech. Her time is 5 to 7 minutes, and her speech title is Exploring Karachi. Exploring Karachi, Toastmaster Heba Rais.
Is my voice audible? Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, Karachi has always been a metropolitan city, a city full of life, a city which is hustling and bustling, and a city which has attracted millions and thousands of people all throughout the year. I was born in this city, and I've always seen it transform from having less buildings to having magnificent skyscrapers to having tall office buildings in the main office area, II Chandragarh Road. If I ask, what is Karachi to all of you? Can anyone answer?
A very crowded city, not good, polluted.
Okay, and someone else? How about TM Imran Rana?
Used to be a city of light.
Okay, okay, good enough. In my view, Karachi has always been a city full of life, full of energy, and people have always had a nightlife. Karachi, if we trace back, has been a city which has a history of more, even before independence, making it more than 100 years old. It is a city in which communities from different religions exist coherently and harmoniously among themselves. And these communities have built religious churches, temples, and other sorts of prayer buildings and other sorts of historical buildings for their own purpose as well as the public. Super Savari Express is a service which was founded a few years back, and this service is used for the promotion of intercity tourism of Karachi to foreigners as well as to locals and people living outside of Karachi. It was last year in August that my friend Ahmed had come from Lahore to visit us for a week or so. One fine sunny day, we decided to avail this facility of Super Savari Express. We arrived at the office at Abdullah Harun Road near Civil Lines. We purchased the ticket, and in that ticket we had the facility of the breakfast as well. The first stop was the breakfast area, a local dhaba, and we feasted on anda and paratha with tea. After that, our mode of transport was a local bus. By a local bus, I mean the buses which you see on the roads, the Pathan buses decorated with all sorts of posters, all sorts of traditional ornaments, shangnayans and chunkas and whatever not. And our tour guide was a female who was a student at that time studying in IBA. She briefed to us about the importance of the store and how each and every building and place had played a significant role in the development of Karachi. We visited places from St. Patrick's Church to TDF Ghai to Mohata Palace to Empress Market to Zeburnisa Street and as well as Kabutar Chowk. By visiting some of these places, I came to realize that Karachi, again, as I said earlier, is a city full of rich cultural heritage buildings, and we should work more towards preserving these buildings and for future generations. During this tour, we also interacted with our fellow travelers. Some of them were locals, and a family had come from America. We interacted with the family and we got to know that they were first-time visitors. We told them about Karachi and how it had developed over the years, the problems and the positives of our city. And at the end of the tour, we also took a group photo at the Times Mausoleum where the tour ended. Through this tour, I got to realize the importance of Karachi and its significance in the daily life of people. I've also come to realize that Karachi has been a major trading hub for many traders who have come and gone over the past decades, and it has also been a hub for rich cultural heritage and cultural heritage activities of different communities. And as well as, like PM Imran mentioned earlier, that it has been a city of lights, which has seen not only positives, but also has seen political turmoil and massive killings. And through this tourist facility, intercity tourist facility, promotion of Karachi will be promoted in a positive light to the foreigners as well as to the locals. And this tourist activity is also a source of revenue generation for the locals as well as a source of job. Thank you.
Very well said, TM Hina.
It's
on
Hiba.
this, which TM Hiba, On this virtual platform, we have TM Javeria from KSA and me from Kuwait. Always wishes to be in Karachi every now and then. Now let me invite TM Saad Shoaib, and he will be evaluated by TM Rahma. Please, if you can describe his objectives.
You should go ahead with your project. It's level 4 project 1, managing change, I believe. So I'm going to find out your evaluation sheet and evaluate you. No worries.
In life, you either adapt or you get left behind, because the only thing that's constant in life is change. Fellow Toastmasters and a large number of guests. If you don't know it yet, I am a guy who's done his bachelor's in computer science, but right now I'm a digital media and marketer. So that's a whole opposite thing to what I have studied and what my profession is. So that change actually was very much challenging for me. But the main reason for the change was that I saw the changes which were happening in the world around us. The world was and is totally going digital. The example is right in front of you. We had never thought that we would be attending the regular Toastmaster meeting on Zoom. Who knows? After next decade, we might be we might be using or AR. So I that this field, digital media and marketing, is I need to be among the first one to adapt to it. That meant taking some steps. So step number 1, I did unpaid internships after internships, and one of those internship was actually in a sort of so-called company which is now no more. In that company, I was the intern, but I managed all of the activities of my department: content, marketing, social media marketing, email marketing, all of these. SEOs and else can I do to expand my knowledge. So I I then I I then I then did a couple of courses, short courses that is. So 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 these things just kept on happening and happening. So at the point that I've been I was I was offered opportunities after opportunities just the past 2 weeks, two uh, the past 2 days I- I've just been through 5 interviews, and I have 2 more is scheduled tomorrow. So that was my my main to plan to manage this change and a whole and a whole different a whole a whole different field of how I will manage this change, not for the not for the for the for the short-term outcome that I'm not being paid enough, but but I looked at the at the above at the above at the bigger picture that this experience will go a long way, and I think I am very much successful in it. Finally, that's that was my main motivation to be your next VPPR. So so thank you very much for electing me and electing me and 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 handing me this opportunity. So over to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
What more to say? You have said everything of your life. Let me tell you, brother, failure is the only opportunity to begin again more intelligently. So, with this, we have complete our set of prepared speeches. Our table topic sessions are done. Let me check with the timer if everyone is qualified.
Everyone is qualified except myself. I exceeded about a minute, so that's why I am disqualified.
You've been very honest, buddy. Could have skipped it. Okay. Now, for voting, please, I can see Babar Ali. Is Babar around?
Okay, Baba has some connectivity issues. So what you can do, you can
President?
cast Toastmaster
Directly to
Baba.
her. She's going to announce.
No. What you can do, you can send personal messages to me about your favorite speaker.
So as we hear from TM Rana, please send your favorite speaker's vote to TM Rana. Let's move ahead. Oh, sir, you are the general evaluator also. Are you ready? Or do you want me to wait for a minute and then invite you?
We can start. You
Okay.
you can invite me.
there is a saying, a leader, should be ready to be asked. He cannot come to you and just help you out. If you tell them that I am in a trouble, I need a help, TM Rana is always there. And with this killing smile, I hand over this podium to you, sir. Please blow us away with your evaluation.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Now we are moving to our third segment, that is general evaluation. In general evaluation, what we do, we look around, look for the areas of improvement. Everybody wants to improve in his life. So how this possible? This is possible only when we evaluate in positive way. So with that, let's begin this session with table topic evaluation. So today we have Toastmaster Urusa as table topic evaluator. So I request Toastmaster Urusa to please, the stage is yours. Tell us about your findings about table topics. Over to you, Toastmaster Urusa.
Well, the table topics were really good. I must say, very well thought about and very nicely formulated. The first speaker was Toastmaster Amir, and his topic was celebrating life. And something really fishy happened with him. A battery is about to die, and he got disconnected. I must say, the light that he had on his face was a really nice touch. The topic that he spoke on, there was not a lot that I could hear about you. I just heard the ending and the beginning. What could have been a little bit better would have been a little bit of smile on your face. Otherwise, I think what I heard was good enough. Being hopeful during dark times, Toastmaster Maria, you actually used the word dark very literally. You talked about power cuts and rains. I must say you were smiling like always, and your gestures were really spot on. You talked about hope in a very, very fun way. What I could improve in your speech, really, I really find it hard, Toastmaster Maria, to really improve anything because you really speak very, very well. Maybe a little bit of camera work, a little bit sitting a little bit further from the camera would add, your hand gestures I could not see very well. So maybe if you would sit a little further from the camera, I could maybe view it a little bit better. Do we need a plan B? Toastmaster Jahaze. No, you did not have your video on, so I could not see your facial gestures. However, I must say your content is always motivating and really well thought out. However, you seem to disconnect at the really end, and I could not hear your message. All in all, your content was really well put together. Toastmaster Javeria Asad, you had a very personal story to tell, and it was a very, very strong message to keep in touch with family members, and it is a very, very beautiful message. However, again, the same thing with you. I could not see anything, so gestures and facial expressions I could not figure out. I would say please keep your videos open so we can please judge that thing. Celebrating the last day before the world ends. Yes, Masood Zain. You talked about the story from the movie which inspired you. Again, you also did not have a video. However, that is a very good move to talk about stories from things that inspire you. And you could have added you could have spoken a little bit more, I think, and you could have added an ending that would have been a little bit more powerful. You have a very good voice, and your flow of your voice is very good, so you can keep using that. Rise like a phoenix after failing and falling. Again, you also did not have, I think the speaker is not right. Again, you did not have a video. You also started with a very good message. You talked about acceptance, moving on. It was a really, really excellent message. Your video was also not there. Slow and steady wins the race. Toastmaster Bhanu. Again, you Sir have a very good and strong and steady voice. You changed the topic, again, very good move. Um, and it was a better message, self-paced learning. Your gestures were in sync with your words. This is very rare, and I've seen very few and very advanced Toastmasters do this, uh, using gestures that are in sync with words. What I would like to see a little bit of improvement would be a little smile at the end, which would take off the edge, a serious edge from the whole performance. That's it. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Urusa, for your spot-on evaluation. Okay, let's move on to our prepared speech evaluation. So, Toastmaster Shaman,
Yep.
could we have your evaluation?
Sure. Yeah, sure. Okay, so Toastmaster Rahma reaching consensus, and I must say that seeing the current moods of various members asking different questions about whether we should go online and when would we be online, this could never be a better, there could never be a better idea than to discuss the future of club meetings and reaching a consensus in your project. So it was very wise. I must congratulate you for that. Very relevant, you know, if people want to take help from that. Your ability to actually facilitate the whole process, the discussion was so focused and so smooth. For example, you had well thought out questions to put and appropriately pointed to the relevant person, such as about Toastmasters' vision on the topic. You addressed the president. And so that was a very focused and timeline thing. I like this thing about your ability to put up questions and asking for discussion. Then there was questions were evenly divided to all the panelists. That was a good thing. Like it showed the consideration about the inclusivity of everybody. Like nobody was left behind. However, you could challenge yourself by floating one question and then inviting the group to come up with their opinions. In that way, you would learn how to maintain a discussion. You know, you have seen the TV anchors. I mean, they lose it all. And that is, I think, the best way to learn how to maintain a discussion and keep supporting everyone and inclusivity and considerations. So that was one area that you could challenge yourself on. Then there was, I really like how you manage the difference of opinion. Like when I said no, I don't want to go to on-site, and to TM Urusa was like, no, we are going on-site in a while. And how sweetly you managed to keep our discussions, and you summed up in a nice way, not letting us know that, okay, somebody is differencing with the opinion and all. So the pro and the against thing was very well taken ahead by you. So that was great. One thing I had one thing more in my mind. I'm forgetting it. But then overall, the process of reaching a consensus was very well designed by Toastmaster Rema, and her ability to work well with a group is commendable. So maybe we will see you sometime on a TV show, you know, maintaining and supporting such kind of discussions and reaching a consensus. You know, in TV shows, they never reach a consensus. So with that hope, over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shaman. She asked only one question from me. So that wasn't balance between.
Oh,
okay.
I think she guessed you twice.
No worries, no worries. Okay, so our next speaker was Toastmaster Sashwet, and I request Toastmaster Rahma to please share your evaluation. Over to you, Toastmaster Rahma.
So Toastmaster Saad's speech was about change. So it was a 5 to 7 minute speech where he was supposed to talk about a project that he had taken on in his personal, professional, or Toastmaster related life where he took on something related to change, and then the speech was about that endeavor. So what I liked about his speech was that with time, I can see that there is a confidence exuding out of Toastmaster Saad, and that gives me a lot of joy to see that transition. The gestures, which I did not see before, I am seeing now. I also like the backdrop. It's night, but he had a different backdrop, which was really well positioned. So that was spot on, delivery, etc. However, in terms of the objectives of the speech, I felt that you were addressing a number of areas where change had occurred. So there was COVID-19, then there were certain aspects of your professional life which actually led you to take on this role of VPPR. So I liked that you had sort of given it a journey. It was nice that way. But if it was focused towards one aspect, it would, I guess, better achieve the purpose of the project, because it was to, get an inside understanding of how you actually navigated that one incident of change. So that would be my recommendation, that, for the next time, just focus on one, get into the nitty gritties of how to navigate finding the strategy for it. But apart from that, great job, keep coming and keep shining and getting, more confident each day. Congrats. Over to you, Toastmaster Imran.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rahma. Moving on to our next prepared speaker, Toastmaster Hiba was one of our prepared speaker, and I request our seasoned Toastmaster, DTM Samir Hamid, to please share his evaluation.
Toastmaster Heba, today your speech was exploring Karachi. You had nice greetings, and I like the fact that you stood up to give the speech, so you had a pretty good frame. However, I think you could have started off with a question, maybe a more powerful one, like, what is Karachi? Is it a city of lights, or is it a filthy beast of a city dying away? That would have made people say, well, what is it? I think that would have made a slight more impact. Your eye contact was pretty good, and you were looking at the camera, but a few times you were wandering, looking here and there. So I know it's extremely difficult, but try to focus on the camera, which is your audience right now. You spoke about the life and energy of the city, and I like the fact that you were steepling, but I could barely see your hands because they were right down. If your frame was slightly larger, I think your whole body, I believe that you should try to position your camera next, so it has, from the head up to, your stomach. We can see more gestures. You spoke about communities from from different religions and ethnic groups, but I would have loved it if you had gone a little bit more. Like when you were going on the super savari, you could have said, well, then we saw this Bori lady in this beautiful flowered burqa, and then when I went there, they said kem chow and things like that. Maybe a little bit of dialogue that would have, I think, added a little more impact to what a multicultural city it is. You spoke about going on super savari and the guide, a student from IBA, and I was quite curious, maybe her story, if you could just maybe add a sentence or two. You spoke about St. Patrick's Cathedral, Mohata Palace, but perhaps if you had added a bit more about what kind of structure it is, like the Mohata Palace is made out of this pink granite, which is very unusual, and your friends found it so wonderful. Once you looked at the notes, but that's fine, because I think it was very minimal. And I think that your gestures have improved tremendously, but I think you could have had more expansive gestures, especially when you said Karachi, what a city. So, your whole body, like it's a huge city. And perhaps you could have spoken about the hugeness, because I've gone to other cities and other countries, and I tell you, they're minute. You go to Karachi, you can travel for hours and hours, and you're still in Karachi. It's an incredible city, mad but incredible. And your voice was also quite good, but I think you should have had perhaps a bit more voice modulation. And then we saw this, and I went there, and he said, wow, this is so huge. Maybe a little bit of that. That would have also, I think, the voice modulation would have added even more impact. And finally, you said, thank you, Toastmaster Heba. Why? I'm thanking you for the lovely speech. So don't say thank you and have an end. You can say something like, well, Karachi, it has all the flaws, but it's my city. I love it, and I wouldn't want to be any other place. That would have been a slightly stronger ending. So over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, DTM Samir, for your insight evaluation. So Toastmaster Saad Amin was one of the prepared speaker. So I was his evaluator. So let me share my evaluation about Toastmaster Saad Amin's speech. Very well said. Life has different stages, comes with different challenges. All you need is to face those challenges with courage. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, today Toastmaster Saad Amin was delivering his icebreaker speech from Presentation Mastery, Together We Grow. I must say, Toastmaster Saad Amin, you have delivered an amazing icebreaker speech. Your icebreaker is a roller coaster, but within a chronological order. You were born in an army house. Your father belonged to an army. From childhood, uh, you lived with a passion to join armed forces, but dreams shattered when your father requested you not to join the armed forces. So then you started your career as chartered accountancy, and you completed your articleship from PricewaterhouseCoopers. Then in 2012, your life changed completely, and you went to perform Hajj. And in 2013, you got married, and in 2015 and 2016, became father of a boy and a girl. And you ended up with the beautiful message that life has different stages, and you have to face those, and it comes with different challenges, and you have to face them. Okay, that was your evaluation about speech content. So it has proper opening. Your content was very good. It has proper body, and conclusion was extremely good. But let's talk about your speech delivery. You were pretty much confident. You have good command over language. Okay, since you were sitting, so you didn't able to use the stage. If you could deliver this speech with standing gesture, you could have used the stage wisely. Means you started with the begin, then move towards left, and then right for different stories. Overall, you delivered an amazing speech with this little bit improvement, and I suggest you to please continue your don't stop. Please continue speech delivering, so that since you are a good speaker, and I can see a very good speaker in you, you have a good potential. So carry on with the speeches, or just this little bit improvement area, you can do wonders. So I would like to congratulate you on completing your icebreaker speech. Okay, do we have Toastmaster Imran Raza?
TM Imran, I just messaged TM Imran Raza. He needs 5 minutes. So we can continue with further evaluation if possible.
Okay, what we can do, we can take reports from facilitator. If Toastmaster Imran Raza joins, then we can ask him to give his speech evaluation. Okay, our first facilitator was Word of the Day, and Word of the Day was Toastmaster Latif. Toastmaster Latif, please share your report about Word of the Day. Over to you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The word of the day was agog, and only few Toastmasters have used this word, and a guest from Nepal. So it was me, TM Ali Ashar Anjum, and I believe TM Banu used this word. And this is my report. Over to you, General Manager.
Thank you very much, word of the day. So with that, moving on to our next facilitator, grammarian was Toastmaster Rahma, and I request Toastmaster Rahma to please share your reports.
Yes. So first I'm going to talk about the good usage of the words. So there was this sentence, there are three things in life. The first thing is to be kind, the second thing is to be kind, and the third thing is to be kind. So that sort of repetition really emphasizes something, so I really liked it. And then the word meticulous, then the word the virtual state. So we keep on saying the floor is yours, the stage is yours, but saying the virtual floor is yours was a nice way. A rich cultural heritage was also a really nice loaded word. So things that we can improve. He wouldn't able to continue, wouldn't would be better, as he wasn't able to continue. Then we had sacrificing lives for the country, but we don't know who is sacrificing lives for the country. So it's important to have a subject involved in the sentence. So sacrificing their lives for the country. We had, and thank you to Allah Almighty, but because we're addressing the audience, we can put it as I'm thankful or grateful to Allah Almighty. With that, I hand over the charge to Toastmaster Imran.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rahma, for your report. Okay, let's move on to Kathmandu for our counter report. And for our counter, we have DTM Bhanu. Over to you, DTM Bhanu.
Thank you. What a agog role that I've taken, very tall order of speakers, and I was losing my patience counting hours. And let me just read out the number of hours that I was able to observe and note down. From the very first speaker in the order, Urusa, I counted 6. Latif, Toastmaster Latif, I counted 5. Toastmaster Ali Ashar, I counted 5 with 2 repetitions of the words. Toastmaster Amir, I counted 9 with so and you know. Toastmaster Maria, I counted 6. Toastmaster Jahan Jaib, I counted 2 with you know repeated. Javeria, I counted 3. Mashood, Toastmaster Mashood, 5. Toastmaster Saad Amin, 11. Toastmaster Samam, 2. Toastmaster Rahma, 5. Toastmaster Imran Rana, 5. Toastmaster Hiba Rais, 10. And I beg pardon for not noting down other hours. I declare there were none otherwise. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, DTM Bhanu. Okay, we have our speech evaluator back, Toastmaster Imran Raza. Toastmaster Imran Raza, are you there? Okay.
Yes, I'm there.
So could we have your evaluation?
Yeah.
Over to you.
Thank you very much, TM Imran Rana. So, TM Ashar, your project purpose was to learn about different negotiation styles and its implementation strategies. You did it very well. You discussed about your university and how you have done negotiation while taking part in sprint festivals. You have discussed each and every negotiation style very well. I like the way you introduced your friend Batna later on in your speech, and that Batna means best alternative to a negotiation agreement. You seems very confident while you're delivering this speech. Speech had clarity, your gestures were amazing, and you did quite well to take audience attention. Overall, everything was amazing. However, I want to point out a few things that you can work on. Number one was the background presentation or pictures you have used. I believe you can share your slides rather than showing on your background. That would have more clarity. Secondly, you can improve on your vocal variety as well. Uh, in in the last, I want to say that your progress is amazing at KTC, and you are one of the shining stars of KTC. Congratulations on completing your project. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Imran Raza. This was our last speech evaluator, so I request timer. Has all the speech evaluators qualified?
All the speech evaluators are qualified except my evaluator, Toastmaster Imran Raza. He took 1 minute and 40 seconds. So over to the president that if he is qualified or not. The the qualified timing is 2 to 3 minutes.
And
So it's up to president.
1 minute 40 seconds.
that is a disqualification, right?
Okay.
Okay.
So except Toastmaster Imran Raza, everyone is qualified.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ali Asher. Okay, so we have 4 speech evaluators. First one, Toastmaster Rahma. Second, Toastmaster Shaman. Third one, Distinguished Toastmaster Samir Hamid Hodi. And myself, Toastmaster Rana. Let's continue with our reports. So we have done grammarian, we have done R counter, and we have done word master. So let's check our listening skills. For that, let's go to Amir Bilal. Amir Bilal, are you with us?
Sir, he's facing some connection issues, but it's 2020, so he has sent me all the sentences by message. Can I take this role?
Yes, please go ahead.
So guys, everyone ready?
You are all requested to unmute your mics.
Oh yeah, he's back. I think Amir is back.
Amir, you are back. So
Yes,
Toastmaster
absolutely, I'm back.
Latif is requested to remain mute his mic.
So my video will be off due to bad
Okay.
light as I'm struggling all the way since the beginning of the meeting. So please bear with me with my voice only. So I have decided to do it in a different way. I'll try to complete it within 1.5 to 2 minutes. So you are requested to take 5 seconds only. And if you don't think you would remember exactly, so you'll say over. And on 3 overs, I'll proceed ahead. Okay? So everybody's muted.
Yes,
Low
we are all.
All right.
Low and steady wins the race.
Shahrukh?
DTM Shahrukh.
Yes. That's your life you take with your pace.
DTM Bhanu.
Absolutely right. Okay. Different changes come with opportunities.
Saadamin.
Absolutely right. Kindness is a language a dumb can speak and a deaf can hear.
Come again?
Kindness is a language a dumb can speak
Latif.
and deaf can hear. Absolutely. It is possible that we will have hybrid meetings.
Rahma or Shaman?
Rahma, absolutely right. Toastmaster has left it upon the club.
Urusa.
Absolutely right. If that is going to be a Zoom thing.
Urusa? Once again.
If that is going to be a Zoom thing. You're supposed to say over.
Imran Rana.
No.
Rama?
No.
Shamam.
Shamam. Yeah, absolutely right. Okay, we look optimistic about the future.
Rahma or Urusa?
You know, giving two options is not right. You have to be sure. Okay, TM Rama. I found out there are black curtains around.
TM Latif.
Absolutely right. That was not a comfortable scenario.
Shamam.
Yes. That was my motivation to be your next VPPR.
Saad.
A light on your face was a great touch. A light on your face was a great touch.
TM Urusa.
Urusa.
And for who she said?
Amir Bilal.
Absolutely right, TM Naveed. You were very active throughout the meeting. So back to the general evaluator, TM Imran Rana. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Amir, for conducting such an interesting and amazing listening session. Okay, so finally, let's have a report from our timer today. Our timer was Toastmaster Ali Asher. Toastmaster Ali, could we have your report, please?
Yes, can I share my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so for the prepared speech, Toastmaster Saad Amin took 5 minutes and 51 seconds. Toastmaster Rahmaoni took 2 minutes and 33 seconds. TM Ali Asher myself took 8 minutes and 33 seconds, and he's disqualified. Toastmaster Hibarais took 6 minutes and 29 seconds. Toastmaster Sashrib took 7 minutes and 15 seconds. In our table topic session, Toastmaster Amir Bilal took 1 minute and 20 seconds. DTM Madia took 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Toastmaster Jahansi Khan took 1 minute and 30 seconds. Toastmaster Javedia took 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Toastmaster Masood Naqvi took 1 minute and 29 seconds. And Toastmaster Sheikh Naveed took 1 minute and 23 seconds. And Toastmaster Bhanu took 1 minute and 46 seconds. In our evaluation segment, Toastmaster Imran Rana took, Imran Raza took 1 minute and 40 seconds, and Toastmaster Shamam took 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Toastmaster Imran Rana took 3 minutes and 3 seconds. DTM Samir took 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Toastmaster Rama took 1 minute and 55 seconds. And in the table topic evaluation, Toastmaster Musa Kawal took 4 minutes and 6 seconds. That's all from my side. Over to the general evaluator.
Okay, from your report, it was written that Toastmaster Imran Rana took 1 minute and 40 seconds. So I was disqualified. Why did you?
The typo error, sir.
Yes, it was a typo error actually.
Okay, no worries. So thank you very much for your detailed report about timing. Now it's my time to evaluate the meeting in general. Today I'm going to do it in different ways. So I request one of you to tell me what did you like about the meeting and what didn't you like about the meeting and how can we improve that. So I would like to start with Toastmaster Hiba Reis Khan. Hiba Reis, you have only 30 seconds. 50 seconds, which area you like most, and 15 seconds, which area where we can improve. Toastmaster Hiba, where are you? She left. So Toastmaster Rusa, let's start from you.
Well, what I liked the number of guests that we had today. There were so many, mashallah. And what we can improve, Mm, I think uh, I think we are good to go everywhere. I mean, we are. I don't think there is a lot to improve.
Your time is up. DTM Samir, please. 15 seconds for what you like about the meeting and 15 seconds what are the areas we can improve, we can work on.
Well, I think I did like, of course, the fact that there's so many guests from all over the place. The speeches were excellent. Everything went well. What we can improve? Timing. Definitely the timing, because I see many of the guests that left because we started with, I think, almost 25, and now we're down to 16. So I think this is something that we really need to squeeze the timing a bit, because after 2 hours, I think everybody's looking at the watch and saying, hey, now, it's time to boogie. So maybe the timing needs to improve slightly. That's it.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much. So DTM Sharu, what did you like most and what are the areas we can work upon?
Am
Are
I
you
audible?
Yes, you are.
Yep. Well, I really like the theme of the meeting, and I really like the speakers, the table topic speakers, especially the way they shared their life experiences with us. And today, the area of improvement today, a bit of mismanagement was going on. The roles and the evaluators and the sheets were missing. So I think we were all missing DTM Talha, I guess. So besides that, nothing important, and I really enjoyed the meeting. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you very much. Okay, please make
TM
sure
Imran,
that
I am here.
just
Sorry.
okay, you have only 15 seconds. What did you like about the meeting and where we can work upon?
Okay. The meeting almost flowed smoothly, except for a few, glitches here and there. Some people had connection errors, and my laptop died at the last moment when my name was called out. Otherwise, we had a perfect meeting, and I think the speakers were good enough, including me for the first time. That's about it. And the table topic session was also good, and you were very good as a general evaluator, to the point.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Hiba Khan. Thank you guys for making my work very easy, because I was unable to note down the points. So these were the areas we can work upon. Yes, about the roles. If members can come up early to take the role, so we don't face that problem. We don't have to find from the meetings that you please accept that role. And for about the timing, that we are constantly working upon the timing, and I'm sure that we will get back we can get back our timing, means we can wrap up the meeting within time. With that, I would like to hand over the charge to our Toastmaster of the day, very handsome guy, Toastmaster Latif. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator TM Imran. So please, for Big Four, kindly personal message TM Imran Rana. Let me send my vote also. Big Four will be myself, Toastmaster Latif, as a Toastmaster of the day, Table Topic Master DTM Shahrukh, Table Topics Evaluator President TM Urusa Kamal, and our very own General Evaluator TM Imran Rana. I would just like to, by the time everyone votes, I would just like to end this meeting saying thank you for giving me this opportunity. I've been seeing all the Toastmasters of the day coming, thrilling with more new ideas, accepting, giving me such a table topic master who really made the team work together one small message. If the doors of reception were cleansed, everything would appear as it infinite. Over to President Urusa Kawal for the final presentations. Thank you.
Toastmaster Latif, that was indeed a very thoughtful message. So, for next week, I have an announcement that we have our contest on 7th of October, and we have announced that on our group before, but just to reiterate what we have already announced, that would be the Tall Tales contest, and we have had some contestants signing up for that, but if you haven't signed up, please do, and if you haven't signed up for a major role, please do that as well, because there are two roles that are still, they're open, and we would like someone to take those up. So before that, before we close the meeting officially, we need to announce the winners. So if the voting has been done, can we announce the votes, the winners?
You can take comments from guests. In the meantime, let me finalize the results.
All right. So, guest Augustine, can we take comments from you, and can you tell us what you felt today?
Okay, it was a wonderful occasion, and feeling very excited to participate with the people who just struggling, pulling themselves up and helping others also. So I'll say keep it up the good work. And you see, in the universities, in the teaching institute, we get the education, but the skills developments are taking place at homes or places like this. So thumbs up to you people. Thank you.
Welcome, and we'll be seeing you again, I hope.
Sure, madam, sure.
So next we have Toastmaster Javeria, who has stuck with us. So Toastmaster Javeria, your comments.
Yes, I'm here. First of all, I thoroughly enjoyed because I was busy in cooking and all that, so I was joining it on and off. So overall, the content of the meeting, the topics selected by Shahrukh and table topic were amazing. And good to see DTM Talha. I joined your training you gave, I think, 2 weeks back to KSA for the Zoom online, I think. So because I'm in a Pakistani Community Toastmaster Club, I'm their VPPR. So good to see you here. And only I have some suggestions that when you, if you want to ask that if you are keeping 5 or 6 prepared speeches, then I think table topics should be lesser number, or so time management. I think it's the main key of any Toastmaster meeting session. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed. Inshallah, whenever you are going, you guys are going to plan any online meeting, please count me in. Thank you.
All right. So Toastmaster Javeria will be sending you invites very soon. Toastmaster Imran?
Yes.
Are we done with the vote?
Yes. Okay. So best prepared speaker goes to Toastmaster Saad Shweb. Best speech evaluator goes to none other than seasoned Toastmaster DTM Samir. Okay, for best pick 4 goes to none other than smart, elegant Toastmaster Latif. And best table topic speaker goes to our guest from Kathmandu, DTM Bhanu.
That is great. And now we have 2 more winners, awards, sorry. The critics speaker, judged on the ballot of the International Speech Contest, and that goes to Toastmaster Rahma Unif. And the critics facilitator for today is Toastmaster Ahmed Bilal. Yes. So, with that, it's a wrap. But we are meeting next week for the contest. And in this week, we are going to be needing more people to sign up and participate in the contest. So we'll be floating that link again.
Can the VPE interrupt a bit?
Yeah, as usual. Yes, why not?
Your time is up.
I've been itching to do that today. I couldn't do that. So everyone, first of all, thanks to our foreign guests for attending. And thank you, Javeria. It was good to see you here, Toastmaster Javeria. It's a small world. And you mentioned online meetings, actually, and you saw a discussion today on online meetings too. Just know, and this is for everyone, that even if we switch to in-person meetings, they will be hybrid meetings. So they will be online enabled. So whether you're online or in person, you'll be able to attend our meetings going forward.
All right. So with that, let's meet next week in the contest.
Who's going to end the meeting?
Yourself, you're the host.
Okay, everyone, Allah Hafiz.
Shall I end it with the song, poetic song on happiness? We had a thing.
Yes, please go
Okay,
for
bye.
it. Only 30 seconds.
No, the members are gone already, so I'm saving it for my next project.
Okay.
Okay, we'll do it next time when we end the meeting.
Why don't you
all right.
convert it into tall tale speech?
No, we'll do it. The contest ends and we'll do it Toastmaster.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
Thank you.
Take care. Allah Hafiz.
Hafiz.